Hey, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're getting a chance to tune in, or you may even be watching the recording. Hey, my name is Anthony Moreland, and myself and my good friend, Brittaney, we are going to go over some amazing, basic, simple steps to help you have success with your partner.co business. We actually thought of all the things that we teach our new brand partners that join us or join our team, all the little tips that we could use. And then so we actually got with the leaders and they said, hey, run with that, because this is what everybody we believe needs to hear. So what we're gonna do is, but first, let's do this, because a lot of y'all, if anything, have not heard my friend Brittaney's story. So if you have not heard her story today, is that you get to hear it, because it is so impactful where she came from. And then I'll also share mine as well. But Brittaney, if you don't mind sharing your story with everybody, because I just believe it's so powerful.
Absolutely. I sure will. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad to see you on this Saturday morning. Anthony and I are excited you're here. And don't forget to put a one in the chat if you're going to PCV, because we're all getting so excited. But yeah, so I just hit my year on the drops. The drops were my game changer from the beginning. But when I was 22, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And a lot of you may know this story. I'll make it quick. But I quickly gained 80 pounds, even though I was an athlete, and I was very tiny when I started, but 80 pounds in a year, it can change a lot. So I got on that really bad roller coaster. A lot of us get on the ups and downs, starving myself, over exercising, and it still didn't matter. I was still gaining weight. So I tried everything, doctor's diets, Facebook fads. If you can name it, I tried it, other than weight loss and the shots. So then fast forward 15 years, last year, about a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri. So my brain thought I had a brain tumor. And to protect myself, it created too much spinal fluid. So that in turn created cysts down my back, and they pressed on my nerves. So I had a lot of nerve pain. And they say it's some of the worst headaches. It's known as one of the suicide diseases. You know, the the average lifespan with that is about 46, just because people can't live with the pain. It was pretty bad. I was in a bad spot for a long time, but I was also faced with losing my vision because the spinal fluid was pressing on my optical nerves, and more weight gain, obviously. So they told me we can do brain surgery, and I didn't want to do that. I wouldn't be able to ride my horse. I wouldn't be able to dance. It was going to change my life drastically. And they said, well, you can lose some weight and hope it can fix it. And I was like, that's funny. I didn't want to be nearly 400 pounds. I've been trying to lose weight, right? And so anyway, Jerry and Allison Wyndham, you guys probably know them. They were giving me product, but I set it on my kitchen counter, because why would two homeopathic bottles help me when the doctors couldn't? But I missed work one day, and they took me to meet Kim Gray the next weekend. They were like, we know Kim can change your mind. So I went and met Kim. I started that next week, and within 2 days I started my cycle, which is important because I have PCOS. It's a hormonal disorder, and I don't have one unless a doctor induces it. We don't have kids. So I knew then that the drops were doing something good for me. Within 2 weeks, that hard inflamed belly was gone. And now, right at a year, I think I hit my year towards the beginning of February. I'm at 106 down. So I have lost quite a bit, which is huge, because I wasn't losing anything, guys. I mean, with anything. And even more than that, the medication changes have been great. I'm no longer, losing my eyesight. I've cut back to my pseudotumor medicine is almost completely gone. I'm at a fourth of that. The migraine medicine is gone. The anxiety medicine, 8 medications are gone, y'all. I mean, these are huge wins. So I believe in these products, and I believe in this company. And I tell Ashley, and she likes to use my phrase, we come for the products, but we stay for the people. You guys are my family, and I love every day here with you guys. So thanks for being here with us this morning. And over to you.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And I got a question for everybody. So if you're brand new, in the chat, drop a 3. And if you've been here for a while, maybe if you already been in the business, put a 5 in the chat. So I just want to see how many people are brand new and how many people are here have been a while. Because what we're going to teach you is something that we believe are the key little tips that's going to help you. We got the phase 1 and we got phase 2. So we call it phase 1, phase 2. Okay, so we got a couple of 3s, we got some 5s in there. So some people are kind of, well, I should have said if you're brand new within your first 30 days, because that means you're still new, or first 90 days, really. You're still brand new, but it's okay. But all right, let me go ahead and share my screen over here, Brittany. And let's get this thing kicked off and just let's go through it. We said we're just gonna talk, and y'all don't hesitate to ask questions in the chat. We're gonna work on this together. We want to help y'all have success. So let's do
Yes, we
this.
do.
All right. So first things first, I love quotes. So anybody who knows me or follows me on social media, I love quotes. I love scripture. But I seen this quote, and it's so related to what we do in our business, because when you get the fundamentals down and the level of everything you do will rise. Michael Jordan said that. And what it is, it's so very true. These are all the basic fundamentals that we believe somebody who's been here a while and wants to relaunch, or somebody who's brand new and they want to have success. So we call it phase 1, how to succeed in the beginning. How to succeed in the beginning. If you want to get off to a good start, it's a couple of few things that you need to learn. But also, while you're learning, the key tip is learning with the intent to teach. Meaning, when you learn something, you need to be able to, I don't know, it may take you a week to learn it, may take you 4 weeks to learn it, it may take you 90 days to learn it. But if you're learning with the intent to teach, then one day you'll be able to teach it to your team members, your brand partners that join up with you. And that's the key. That's how you're going to build true generational wealth here. If you learn with the intent to teach, that means you'll be able to teach somebody else, and then you'll be able to teach them how to teach somebody else. So these are all generic. These are all generic little tips that you need. The first thing you need to do is you need to go to your Apple Store or your Play Store. You need to download partner.co share app, and you need to download boards. It's that simple. If you have not done that, then go ahead while we're on this call and go ahead and download it. You can download it on the side while you listen to us, but you need to download the partner.co share app, which you'll be able to log in with your ID and your password that you created, and you need to download boards. Now, there's a few different boards that I know of personally, but you just need to get the boards from the person who enrolled you to have them send you a link. When they send you that link, it will, after they help you get it set up and everything. Well, that is number 3. Get boards set up. Now, this is your personal sponsor needs to walk you through them. They need to sit down with you. They need to get on the Zoom with you. I do this with everybody who jumps on board and says they want to make money. If you want to make money, hey, we need to figure out a time where you got some time. We need to sit down. We need to set up boards. We also, we need to read and go. You need to also read and go through them. See what's on the board. See what tools you have. I think of somebody who's a construction worker or somebody who's building a home. They got, let's say they went to work, but didn't check all their tools to see if they had everything. You think they're going to be very happy when they get there and they trying to, put up some drywall and they don't have, the nail gun, or they don't have a hammer, or they don't have the cutter to cut the drywall down. See, no, like you got to come prepared. So if you got this boards downloaded and you got it, the program actually on your phone, you need to actually take some time and go through it. Go through. I'm not saying you got to go through it all at once, but it would help. One of the things I did when I came into this business, I was very teachable and coachable, and I wanted to learn about everything. Now, hey, I'm not a doctor or scientist or anything like that when it comes to the products, but guess what? I pay attention and I take a lot of notes. I watched the videos. I read the PDFs. So I just know where the tools are at when somebody asks. One of the things that you're going to learn in this business is you don't want to be the expert. You want the tools to be the expert. You want the tools to be the expert, meaning boards is a tool. The partner code share app is a tool with the PDFs. A three-way call is a tool. A third-party Zoom is a tool. A Super Saturday is a tool. All of those are tools that you will have in your tool belt. And then, so read and go through them. I encourage you, take some time on the weekend and read and go through them. And then, oh, and then you want to set up your social media. Now, Brittany's going to talk a little bit more about this as well, but you want to set up your social media. Now, that may be your Facebook profile. You got to make it a professional mode. Trust me, if you don't know how to do that, the person who sponsors you should know how to do that. If not, somebody above them knows how to do it. And if not, somebody above them know how to turn it into professional mode. Trust me, your success line knows exactly how to turn it onto professional mode. Because when you do that, it would allow you now to schedule your post. Unless you have a Facebook page. It's only one downside. For anybody who has a Facebook page created alongside of their profile, Facebook has taken that part off for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm one of those people. So I'm old fashioned. So I set an alarm on my phone to go off at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. every single day. I got it set to go off. Oh, it's time for me to go post. So it's okay if you can schedule it or you can't. Hey, at the end of the day, this is a business. So you gotta do what you gotta do until you figure out a solution. And right now, the best solution would be just set a 9 a.m. and a 3 p.m. for all those people who have pages outside of their profiles, because for some reason it just won't let you. But then on your social media, you need to stay consistent. I don't know if it's Facebook, I don't know if it's Instagram you want to do, I don't know if it's TikTok you want to do, whichever one you choose, LinkedIn, whichever one you choose, you need to set times and you need to stay consistent. Your friends and all the people that are following you need to know that you are serious about staying consistent at that. But those are my few little tips, and we're gonna dive in. We're gonna actually take questions and stuff at the end as well. So don't worry if you have questions about some of this. Don't worry. But now it's Brittany's turn because Brittany got phase two. Now everybody, we're not on here to make any income claims. We're also not on here, making any health claims. Brittany has an amazing transformation. We believe when you put the right things in your body will work the way God intended it to. But we also believe that when you work this system and you put in the work consistently, you actually can get paid. Now, Brittany, how many boxes would you say you have sold? I know you probably lost count. But I just want to show y'all the potential here because Brittany is fairly new. I mean, her 1 year anniversary was just like last week.
That was on the drop, Sam. That's not working. I refuse to work until. So let me say this: if you aren't going to PCB, buy the ticket and watch it virtually. This event last year in April is when I decided to work. I was on the drops from February to April, and Jerry Nelson drug me to Destin. Basically, my mom helped, but it was Destin last year. It changed the game for me. The first day I sat there, I was like, I still don't know. But by lunch that day, I knew people. They were coming up and loving on me. People were starting to bring me into the fold. And then Gracie Turner got up there and spoke, and I was done. I have not looked back since. So, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Anthony.
Oh, no.
I want to throw that in there.
I just want everybody to know because the potential is here. This is somebody who, like I said, hadn't even been a year. Brittany, how many drops have you sold?
Well, I mean, I didn't count. You're putting me on the spot. But at Super Saturday, we were at 370. So I would say close to 400.
Oh, yeah. My. Hold on. I'm going to do some math. I'm going to show y'all the potential of what is out there. Again, we're not making any income claims, but 370, and let's say she's making $62 profit a box. You guys,
that's a tip too. That's a more advanced tip, but I don't buy unless I have somebody in their first 4 weeks. That's a personal goal of mine. Have somebody in their first 4 weeks so I can get my drops cheaper.
That means just off the retail side, guys, we're not even considering the comp plan. Since last April, Brittany generated over $22,000, almost $23,000 retail. That's not making an income claim. We're just telling you the facts of what happened. On the retail side, she made over $23,000. So let me ask you this. Would the extra $23,000 help you and your family out this year? If so, in the chat, just put in the chat, put yes. But I believe it will help. I think throughout the year, if you just made an extra $23,000, I think it will help you and your family out. That's a couple of trips. That's some college tuition. That's getting out of debt. That's something. putting down on a new car. That is something for you and your family. So what she's about to teach you actually works. Because not only that, Brittaney, how many people would you say have joined have your team grown to since last April? Let's see it. Just on from your side, not from Jerry and Allison's side. Well, let's just see. Well, how many on your team in general? Let's see.
Um, yeah, so I don't know on Jerry and Allison's other side. I just know under me, 175 or so. But I did
175 people have joined her organization as well. And this system works because she's teaching other ladies and other men the same thing. And I watch her. She's one of the most, she was one of the most teachable and coachable people when her mind opened up. And then once it got going, Brittaney, I got to give you a hard time.
okay, I'll take it.
Got to give you a hard time. Brittaney was sitting like this. I mean, we all got friends that was like this, like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. And she was hard. She was hard. But guess what? She is now flourishing. She's a senior officer in the company. Over
Officer, I'm not the senior yet. I'm trying to get there.
Officer. Well, me and you both officers. I forgot. We're both officers, but she also has 175 people in her organization. And a lot of them are running this system. So, Brittaney, I'm going to pass it over to you, my friend, and let you share these golden nuggets.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep it short and simple, especially if you want to take a few questions, Anthony, at the end. But first, I want to just say what he said is great. That's when you get started here, and don't change the play ever. It works. Stick to it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Even as you phase 2, we said is like when you start building a team, how to set your brand partners up for success, how to set your new friends up for success. But you're still running the play for phase 1. Okay, you've got to keep running that because we all know selling those drops, selling that mold, whatever you're selling, that's your organic pipeline. That's how you're going to keep growing your team. So still keep selling those drops. Don't change the play. But phase 2, look, I'm looking at my notes. You got it on up there. So train the team. Boards, Facebook algorithm, boost group, back office. Look, they need it. They come here and we didn't go to school for this. I know y'all say that all the time, and we didn't. When you start throwing all of this at them, it's easy to get overwhelmed. And Todd says the start is the hardest part, and I believe it. You can lose people at the start if you don't set them up for success. And what you do for them, that's what they're going to do for their brand partners, right? So you want them to mimic what you're doing. So, train them on boards. We've done a few trainings on boards, how to teach boards and that kind of thing. That is on your YouTube, I believe, Anthony. So you guys refer back to his YouTube. I actually give all of my new people his YouTube to go follow because you can watch all of those good videos there. I am very clear about the Facebook algorithm. I am not a Facebook person. Sonia Enfinger helped me make my first post in Destin. I made my personal post in May of last year. So it was all very new to me, but I watch. I know that when I comment back to somebody, I get more comments. That's me building engagement. So make sure that they understand the Facebook algorithm. If you don't understand the Facebook algorithm, we can do a training on that. There are things like getting 10 comments in the first 15 minutes, making sure you comment back on every single comment you get. That is going to boost your engagement. It's going to make it so your friends see it. You guys look around and go, how did they get somebody over in California to join their team they didn't know? That's how they're building engagement. If you start getting recognized as a rising creator through the week, and I know some of you have, I've seen it happen. You post it, congrats. You're doing something right. Okay. Boosting group, we always tell them it's a choice, but I make sure that they understand how to share to the boost group. We make their first post together, and then we share it to the boost group together. Okay. I think Tammy said this, but people can be paralyzed by their first post. That's why I started my drops in February and didn't make my first post till May, because I was paralyzed by either fear or perfectionism. Nothing was good enough. Help them get through that barrier, right? Help them feel comfortable. And we always say, how do you feel about posting? Let's help you write a post. One of Shakitha took a picture of her new brand partner the other night, helped her take a picture she loved with the drops. Help them set them up for success by helping them make their first post, sharing to the boost group. It's easier if you show them than tell them, right? We all know that. and back office, when it comes time for them to get paid, you want them to get paid. You don't want them to have money sitting there for sure. And they need to know how to go in there and look at what's going on and, order, right? So, okay. Tip 2, show them how to answer questions and create a customer list. So we do have several versions of boards going around, but the team that created the first, Dr. Crystal, Ashley, David, all of them, they put those text scripts in there, right? They're very helpful. Show them how to use that. But I tell everybody during boards training, you're going to get some crazy questions. They don't know how to answer those. Your new friends don't know how to answer those questions. And if they're left struggling, they're going to quit. So if you cannot be available to them because you work, and a lot of us do, get them to somebody that's full-time on your team. Get them in a group chat so that they have somebody to go to that can answer questions. If they're getting a customer come in with questions, they want to answer them right away. They want to make some money. You want them to make money so they stay. So make sure they know how to answer questions and how to ask for help when they don't. Customer list is super important. I messed this up. I think I would have had a lot more repeat customers in my first few months if I would have known to do this. But I didn't keep a customer list. I didn't become their cheerleader. I didn't know to do that. So I learned as I went, and now it's much more successful. I think Brent says, you celebrate them, you call them. I get up and run a lap around my office before I call somebody if they're having wins. I want to be excited when I talk to them, right? So make sure that your brand partners know how to keep a customer list and how to check in on them. The follow-up is as important as the sale. I tell the team that all the time.
Hey,
You can make the sale. Yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
It's the saying. I heard it from Jim Rome several times. Listen to his thing. He said, "Fortune is in the follow-up." The fortune is in the follow-up. Most people don't get started until they hear it 5 to 7 times.
Yes,
So,
you're right. So that you want your brand partner, you're not gonna talk to their customers unless they involve you. But they're your entry to their customers. They need to know to keep their customer list. So you've got to teach your brand partners that, because I didn't realize it, right? We didn't have boards and all them, and I just never thought keep a customer list. Now I have went back and talked to customers that are not repeats because I didn't keep a customer list and follow up, and some of them have come back on board. But make sure you teach your people to follow up. All right, Aunt, keep going. Okay, tip 3. I wish Brandy was on here. I'd give her a hard time. Introduce, and Jerry and Allison hate when I say sponsor, so I added in partners here. But introduce them to your sponsor. I have severe migraines. They're much, much better. I've only had 3 or 4 since starting the drops. But the days when I had COVID, the days that I couldn't be there for my new brand partners and my very fast growing team, Jerry and Allison stepped in. They know my people. You know your people, but they know your people too. There are going to be times when you can't do what you need to do for them, and you want your sponsor. You want somebody that's full-time above you to be able to help them. You want them to have a relationship, because if somebody comes from above and is like, "Hey, I'm your sponsor," and you didn't introduce them, I'm going to shut down. I'm not going to tell them what I've got going on. They've got to know, the entire team. The more they're together, the better. So, and Jerry and Allison are very good. They travel 2.5 hours to come to my team meetings. That's not always possible. Some of your sponsors are across the world, across the globe. In that case, we Zoom, right? I mean, I feel the excitement when I'm on Zoom with you guys. So make sure that they introduce them. A 10-minute Zoom, get to know them and let your sponsors get to know them. Tip 4, you kind of hinted at this too, Anthony, but getting them plugged into meetings. So this is where I struggle. So I have to revisit this every day. I have trouble getting them to understand the importance. And a lot of it has to do with, growing your mind, growing your business. But I have trouble getting people to understand it's so important to plug in when you can. The more you treat this like a job, the better it's going to pay you. Yes, people work. But Anthony said yesterday, that's an excuse, Brittaney. They can put in earbuds, right? A lot of them, some of them can't. But If they can't get to IPA in the morning, we have meetings almost every day of the week. Get them to a meeting. Let them feel the family. Get them to an in-person meeting. That is huge. There's a Super Saturday near you a lot, most of you. If not, let's put one on. I'll help you put one on. Let's do that. Get a Super Saturday started near you if you need to. But those things, they've got to feel the excitement. I compared it. Kristen threw her a Super Saturday right after I joined the company. I still wasn't posting, still hadn't decided what I was going to do, but I compared it to walking into a hug. You guys were so welcoming to me. So they need to feel that, right? This is a family environment. Get them in Facebook groups. This is how they communicate. This is how they know when there's Zooms, things like that. Launch parties. This is such an underused thing. I never knew about launch parties. Somebody taught me on the IPA call, which is the importance to getting them to meetings. But we've had a couple launch parties, and the people that walk away, that we have the launch party for, they walk away with 3 or 4 new brand partners, and they're still working. So you can really get their team started for them when you help them throw a launch party. And Zooms, of course. So did I cover all that, Anthony?
Yeah, you did. Oh, well, I kind of
Okay.
added these in for us as well. Well, you got number 5, and then I added number 6, but you already kind of covered
Yeah,
it.
so I'll kind of hit on that. Check on them daily. This one is so big to me. And I know a lot of you guys do this, but I call it building with heart. That's what I told Anthony. You can't duplicate that heart, but if you pour into your people, they're going to build with heart too. So I just want to kind of say a few things that I think are important on checking on them daily. I know that a lot of you guys work full time too. If you can't check on your people daily, that's the importance of introducing them to somebody that's full time. I sit at my desk all day. I want to know your people so I can check on them. I want them to succeed, and I want you to succeed. So definitely get them to your upline if you can't check on them daily, but check their Facebook. When you train them on boards, you go really fast. I do. Gracie saw that the other day. I go really fast, and they don't catch it all. You said earlier, what, 5 to 7 times, Anthony, they have to hear it.
Yep.
So you need to be looking and seeing if they want to use the boost group. Great. They don't have to. Mine know that, but you need to check and see if they're boosting correctly. You need to check and see if they are commenting back to every person. You've got to set them up for success. And if they're going to sell using social media, this is so important. They need to have the tools. And if they don't remember from training, it's your job to check in and remind them, very nicely. And, most people are coachable, but very nicely say, hey, I think you forgot to do this. Okay. And then Brent Palmer said this in the beginning when I first came around, and it stuck with me. He said, get to know the color of their carpet. You don't just know them in the business. I know their dogs. I know their kids. It doesn't matter if they're my 7th generation. Angie just raised her hand. She's my 7th generation. I know her. I'm getting to know her. She's only been here 2 weeks, but I'm getting to know her. I know her husband. So it's important that you know your people. When you talk to them about how they are, it's not just about business, because a lot of times y'all know this is a roller coaster. So they could be mentally like stressed out because they're in a valley. It's your job to pull them out. We're all kind of life coaches here. I'm not very good at it, but we've got to motivate our people. And then finally, celebrate their wins. If it's a box of drops, I get up and scream every time for every brand partner that sells a box of drops. Every single time.
Hey, I don't care if you're good with Canva, go learn how to put something on camera and celebrate them there too. But just
I love
celebrate
that.
wins. You celebrate wins. I don't care if a person in your team made $10. That's 10 more dollars than what they had when they started. So celebrate it.
Yes.
Celebrate it. Celebrate it.
And Anthony, I want to say one more thing before you move on.
That's what
Remember how you felt when you started? We're all kind of babies here. They kept saying infant when I started, and I was like, what are you talking about? I don't understand that term. Why am I an infant? But we didn't go to school for this. Nobody did. Remember how you felt. Remember how you were scared. You were nervous with everything. You didn't know if you were going to succeed. and pour that into them. Be vulnerable with them. Let them know you and know that you struggled too, and that you're going to help them through those struggles. I mean, I'm on a Zoom with somebody having a hard day almost every night before the end of the night because I want my people to know I'm here for them. I'm going to take care of them. If at all possible, we're going to build each other up. So that's my last tip there, Aunt.
Yeah, and well, Brittany already touched on it, but I just want to touch on the importance of these calls. Like calls like this. This is a Saturday training that goes on every Saturday most of the time, unless we have like a big regional event like in Panama City. But it will be live streamed. But plug it into the IPA calls. I've been doing this 12 years, everybody, and there's no call out there better than the IPA call. Hands down, it's the best call out there. Why? Because I get to hear from people from different walks that are having success, that are trying things, that are we all not going to be perfect at nothing, but we'll hear something, we'll try it out, it'll fail, we'll share it. If it works, we try it again. But we just on there, we're learning. And that's why we have seen a lot besides we've seen a lot of title advancements. A lot of people make more money up front. This over this last like not even year almost yet, because I don't think we launched it till like mid last year, but we watched a lot more people get paid up front. We watched people be able to reunite their businesses. We watched people who had businesses and had never made any money now starting to be able to make money because we're seeing something that works, and then we shared on this IPA call. Anytime you can get, I don't know too many places of anywhere where you can get over 200 people Monday through Friday to just listen into a Zoom. I would say 90% of the people don't even have a chance to talk because they just got the earbuds in there at work. Like I know Susan Cox is always at work, but guess what? I always see Susan Cox's name on there. I always see David Doherty's name on there. See, these are people who are at work, busy, have an earbud in and just listening. The IPA call works. And I don't know what it is about that call, but it's special. But corporate calls, you guys, you got to learn. You also got to learn all these basic fundamentals, but you also need to know what's going on with corporate, what holiday sales are going on, because that could help boost your business up. What they got coming out. So corporate call, they do one. Well, I know they have the Canadian one on Wednesday, and they have the USA one that you could tune in to both of them if you want to on Monday. And then you got your local events. You heard Brittaney mention this. If there is, I go back to when I started 12 years ago. If it was a party within an hour and a half, 2 hours of me, I was showing up. I was showing up because I wanted to learn. I wanted to be in that atmosphere. Like we all go through life. We all have flat tires. We all have people pass away. We all have all these negative things that can really bring us down. Well, how do you keep your spirits up? Well, be around people that are positive. Be around people that are going. Regional events like the Panama City Beach, if you can't be there, we encourage you to get the online ticket. It is posted. I believe Tammy Walden posted it in the chat there, but I'll post it again. But also the Panama City event, be there. If you're not there physically, be there online. Get your team there because it is going to be so impactful. We actually have new equipment. So we have a lot of new equipment. We actually even have my good friend Reese and we have Billy, and we also have Jason. We're gonna have it all set up so it'll be a nice experience for everybody that is on the Zoom recording. I mean on the Zoom live. So it'll be a nice experience as well. But if you can be there, you need to be there because there ain't no better feeling than actually being in the room. And then corporate event. Corporate always does them all over the world, and they're actually gonna release the corporate one for the North America dates in Panama City. So for the people that's tuned in at Panama City, you'll know where the event is going to be at. But I did, Brittany, I said, hey, we should finish up early so we can get some Q&A because we want to help y'all as much as possible. But also the Super Saturday that is going on in North Carolina will be live streamed. So if you look in Level Up Life, Todd will probably have it up. That Super Saturday starts from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be 12 o'clock Central Time or 11 o'clock Mountain or 10 o'clock Pacific. So just look for that call and Level Up Life. Todd will go live. Now, I don't know how the sound will sound. I'm not there physically, so I can't guarantee anything, but he will go live. So, but I am the technology guy for a time, but we'll see how this goes without me being there. But hey, you guys, hold on, let me stop the spotlight so we can answer some questions, see if we can help some people out. We have Angie. Did you have your hand raised? Hold on, let's see.
Make sure you unmute.
Hold on, let me hit where they can unmute here. We got a Q&A here. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, go ahead, Angie.
Okay. I was at Brittany said something about the Facebook to comment back. Is it like if you go back in and like it, it doesn't have the same effect as commenting on it? Can you clarify that for everybody?
So even with liking is good, but when you do like a heart or the laugh emoji with it, or like any of those are a lot better. Facebook algorithm it will reward you more for just than somebody just pressing like. If you do the heart, the laugh, the wow little face, any of those work better. And then also commenting boosts it up. So Facebook, and what I love about the commenting part is your friend may not see it today. They may not see it tomorrow. But guess what? They may see it next week.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then next week they be commenting, hey, I seen your post, and you be like, oh wow. So you just, oh, I see Misty said wow is the best. Misty, if you want to unmute and share some insight there, I know that you do a lot of, we've all see, this is what the type things we talk about on the IPA chat, and we also text each other. But Misty, if you can unmute, then you're more than welcome to share that as well.
I'm here with my grandbabies.
Oh, she's actually the one that taught me the 10 comment rule.
But no, yes, 10 comments in the first 10 minutes is best. That's why we do the boosting group. If you wow someone's post, the wow is actually the best one for algorithm. It actually.
I learned something today. Yay!
Learn something. See, this is why we got amazing people like this we learn from. Wow is the best.
So
okay.
What was the name? I'm so new, I don't know how to raise my hand.
Misty's muted if she's talking.
Oh, she's not talking. Okay, Miss Gia, what was that? And then we have Ellie, and then we have Nancy.
I'm so new, I don't know how to raise my hand. What was the name of the disease that Brittany had? My son is having a lot of issues. Something I need to listen to.
Yeah. So Jill, feel free to message me. Somebody put my phone number too in the chat if y'all want, if you've got it. You guys are welcome to message me. Or on Facebook, but PCOS, which is the female, that wouldn't be your son, but because that's polycystic ovarian, but the pseudo tumor, it's showing up a lot these days. So I can see, I can definitely send you some info on that. We can talk through that, Jill, at any point. I'll put you on my schedule and we can talk. Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Okay,
Jessica put my phone number in.
Okay, awesome. Ellie. Thanks, and then Nancy, and then we have Dawn. Y'all don't have
Ellie.
Ask questions. And Ellie. Yeah, we have Ellie, then Nancy, then Dawn. Yep.
Hey everybody, you guys, thank you so much for this. This is amazing. 2 questions really quick. What software do you guys use to keep track of your contacts? I mean, do you just use Excel, or do you have a software that you use that's, easier?
I'm me personally, Ellie, I'm old school. So this is my list of contacts today. So I'm still old school, pen and paper. When I put the date.
Me too. Right here.
I put the date
okay.
that they reached out to me. I put the date that they ordered. I put the date that they started their drops, like whatever date they started, and then I also put day 10 on there, and day 14 and day 21.
Yep.
So I just, and then it's other programs out. There's tons out there. Like you can spreadsheet. I got some people who use spreadsheets. So it's just all up to you which one you want to use. Whatever works best for you. When I write it down, I remember it more.
Several people are putting pipeline funnels in the chat. I don't know what that is, but they may use that. Jordan uses her notes section in her phone, and I think the majority of her team does. The younger they are, they like to keep it on the phone, but I want it here. This goes everywhere with me.
Okay, great. And then one last question. When new brand partners come in, the partner co-family, I know there's like 1, 2, and 3, but it's all full. So how do we add new people to the text?
So the partner code family is something I started for the iPhone users about 5-6 years ago. And it was just to keep it actually was just like one. And then it was just like the leaders so they can get it. So that group is really created with like leaders. And then you take that and you share it to your team. And unfortunately, it's people like Brittaney who is Android, and I can't add her.
I was gonna say I have no idea what that is.
So
Oh,
the best thing I would say do is simply just start a group up. Actually, if you listen in next week, me and Reese are going to train on something that we found that we believe that could help out some people out as well, where you'll be able to put your team contacts in there and be able to send it out as well. But because we was looking for something that can send it out to Android and Facebook. But I started that but Ellie, all you gotta do is just anybody who has an iPhone, you just put them all in one group and you can name it however you want. You can name it your team, and just every time I post about a call, you grab it and share it. That's all that's about.
okay. All right, great. Thanks so much, you guys.
You're welcome.
Sarah just put a link to the boost group in the chat. Those of you guys that are looking to get in the boost group. So grab that. Nancy?
Yeah. So Brittany, Aunt, you guys say you got 175 people. How do you talk with them? Like I'm like the Tifton group. How do we get there's like 50 now and there's only 20 on a Facebook talk. How do you communicate?
Well,
Okay, so go ahead, Anthony.
Go ahead, Brittany. I'm gonna tell you go ahead and then I'll go. Ladies first.
Okay, so we have a Team Synergy Telegram communication channel. So I post everything through there. Allison also takes phone numbers to send out meetings to, but as far as communication, we have our own Telegram channel, and when we train them, part of it is put them in that Telegram channel. And also we have our own team Facebook group. It's private because we stream all of our team trainings in there. We also have one that's everybody's in, but so that's part of it too. Add them to that Facebook group. So we communicate completely via those ways.
Yeah, and I communicate. Well, I just started this other new thing. I just testing it out for over the last week. That's why I haven't talked about it just yet. But then also I created a Facebook group for my team. I also have international teams. So I have a WhatsApp group for my international team. And then I also have another one that they use for my Dubai team. I forgot the name of that app. Maybe Melissa may remember that one. But so once you start you create the groups, and then you could do it like that. Me personally, at first I was all old fashioned. I would just write their all names down and I just go through and text them. This new app that we're trying out, it seems to be working where I don't have to do that because I could just put everybody in there. I put like 300 and some brand partners here in the United States in that one, and it's been able to send the text message out that way. So we're gonna see how it goes over this week, and we're gonna test the numbers. But one of the tips for everybody is everybody is not gonna always plug in. Everybody's timing in life is always gonna be different. I always remember that. Some of the people you want to run right now, I had this conversation with Brittaney yesterday, and some of the people you want to run with right now, their timing in their life just isn't ready. They're just not ready. Some people, it takes a little while. Some people just going to be customers for a while until eventually they say, okay, you know what? I'm ready to run. And so you just got to be patient with them. You got to still love on them. But always remember this. I had a successful mentor tell me this all the time. And you'll watch your leaders. Watch them. Watch the Ties. Watch the Brents. Watch the Tammy. Watch them. They're going to spend 80% of the time with 20% of their people. And they're going to spend the other 20%, the other 20% people, they're only going to get a little, they're not going to get as much. They're only going to get, the 80% of the people are only going to get 20% of the time. Why? Because those are the people that every time you pick up the phone, you talk to them, they complaining all the time. Nothing's working. They always complaining. See, you got to learn to, not saying that you don't love on them, but this is real. I mean, hey, you can take it how you want to take it, everybody. I'm just being honest with you. You got to learn that some people just aren't ready to run right now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to run with the people who want to run right now. And when you do that, you'll find those key leaders that want to run right now.
That's right.
You'll find them. Everybody has them, whether it's 2 people, whether it's a 5 or whether it's 10, we all looking for them. Brent said something on our team call the other day, that training I actually put on my YouTube. You're more than welcome to go watch the recording. But he said something about how to really optimize a line by finding 10 people, helping 10 people in your line, however many lines you want, do the system of growth daily.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You find 10 people, however deep it is, but if you find 10 people in there that are teachable and coachable, that will run it every single day, post at 9 a.m., post at 3 p.m., use the boards, eventually it will start optimizing lines for you. It don't matter how many of them you want either. So I was like, wow. And when I thought about it, I went and looked at my lines. Guess what? The line that optimizes every week is the line where I have almost like 12, 13 people doing that system.
Yep. I agree. Just like, Angie's here this morning. I just want to say she's my 7th gen on my power leg. I don't open up the 7th gen every week. I don't make that much, but I'm still going to pour into her because she's running. She's been here 2 weeks and she's ready. She's going to be in PCB. So that I agree, Anthony, they show up. So yeah. Dawn. Oh, sorry, Anthony.
Dawn. Oh no, go ahead.
You're muted, Dawn.
You're muted, Dawn.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Hey, I have a question. When you have Facebook post in professional mode, I have figured that out and I schedule my posts. But how do I then go back and find posts in that professional mode? One, and then second of all, I don't know how to copy the links to put them into my boost group. When I just post on Facebook and I'm posting immediately, you can share it to your messenger group easily. Now I can't find the link to post them. So I've been posting for the last 6 weeks without any boosts.
Let me ask you this, Don. Which phone do you have? iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone.
Okay, so
iPhone.
when you post
in professional mode, and then you schedule your post out and it says, are you done? And you're ready to post.
I'm going to my Facebook right now. 1 second.
Yeah.
It's the same for Android, just if there's Android people on here.
Okay, so you're going to just go down to the bottom right of that picture. It's going to say, a lot of times it'll say copy, like a little link. Mine says a copy. I can hit copy right there. Or I can hit share. And then
at what step? At the end, right before you're ready to post?
No, just go ahead and post it and then go back to that post. And when you go back,
how do you I'm sorry to interrupt you, but how do you see the post after, let's say I scheduled it out for Tuesday?
Oh, you just go to your profile. So you'll click on the bottom right.
Yeah.
In the picture, the bottom right, the menu, it says menu bottom right, and then click on your name at the top. It'll take you to your profile.
And that's under the profile. Okay. That's what I didn't know where to find that. I played around with it, but thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
Yeah. So Dawn. So what she's asking too, just when you go back to your post, hit share, more options, Telegram, partner code boosting group, send.
Share more.
Yep. So I'll say it again. Share. More options. It's the same on iPhone and Android.
Yep.
Look, I'm going to have to go through my head. Share, more options. Find the Telegram. You may have to click even more there. And then find partner code boosting group. And then you actually have to hit send. And I will say this because it is so important. I think a lot of us are missing it when we're training. If you ask for help, give help. Okay. My team knows I'm a stickler. Like, I'm a stickler. If you're asking for help and asking for boost, make sure you're going back and boosting the last 3 to 5, just as a follow-up.
That's key. That's how you keep the group growing.
That's right.
That's literally how you keep it growing. It wouldn't be 600 people in there if nobody boosted nobody before them. So if you are going to post your link, take some time. If you make enough time to post your link, mean you have enough time to go like about 5 or 6 posts beforehand. And if you're not, then you don't have to use our boosting group.
That's right.
I'm a firm believer, hey, you got to give before you can receive. I mean, so you got to be willing to give before you can receive anything. It talks about that in a good book. So if you're not willing to give, then don't expect to receive, because people are watching too. So it's going to be people. I got a lot of team members on my team that say, well, didn't nobody like mine? I'm like, it's okay. See, it's all right. Eventually that seed won't grow, because the good Lord is always watching. You don't have to be the judge or the judge. But hey, Miss Kitty, can we help you?
Yes, I have two questions, please. Okay. And honest to goodness, thank you guys so much for this. Is there a difference between digital creator and professional mode?
It is.
Facebook.
It is. Okay. It is. What's the complete difference? I do not know.
Me either.
Okay. You know, and you know what? When I set mine up, you know, when I changed it, and set it for digital creator, that's the only option that I saw. And I'm just so that, you know, that's just a question I have. I didn't even see that there was a professional mode.
I just went straight to, and I recommend most everybody just going straight to, it doesn't have to be digital creator. I think mine says entrepreneur, but going into that mode.
Mine says that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, second question, early on, Anthony said that Brittaney was earning $62 a box outside the plan. Can you address that?
I can. And Anthony, before we go, we need to address the boost group one more time. We've confused folks. So it's just a personal goal of mine. I don't want to freak anybody out, but I don't order my drops unless I have somebody in the first 4 Fridays. So I'm going to keep somebody personally sponsored in the first 4 Fridays so that I get new volume bonus back. If you're ultimate, your new volume bonus is $150. So in Tennessee, it's $9.79.10, I think, to get drops here, right? So that's $97 a box. That's shipping and tax to get the 10-pack here. And then if I've placed it under a new brand partner the next Friday, I'm going to get $150 new volume bonus on that order I placed. So a lot of people are like, oh, that doesn't count. In my mind, that counts.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm California tax. So, you know, I'm paying almost $1,000 for a 10-pack.
Yeah.
So that's all I could figure, but I just wanted to have it clarified. So thanks, Brittaney. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's a great question, Kitty. Great question. And everybody, you know, again, when you buy in bulk, when you do the system of growth, you get the 10-pack. We're talking about the 10-pack here, it's gonna be like Brittaney said. Well, in Texas, I'm very blessed. I don't pay any state tax, so but mine only comes out to $8.80. Well, like it's only $12 shipping, and that's all I pay, and then the price of the box. That's it, no tax. But every state is different, so you know all you gotta do is just divide that by 10. Whatever price you pay, divide it by 10, and that's how much each box costs. Well, the retail price on the boxes is $176 plus the shipping and tax. So you add that up, and then that's how much wiggle room you got to sell your boxes at. So you find a price point that works for you, whether it be $140, $150, $160, whatever price it is that you want, you stick to it. I love it because when you say it now in your board, you can actually say, hey, I'm saving you $25, $30, you know, and so you're able to say some things like that. So just that's how we do that. And then and
Anthony,
yes, ma'am.
I even sent, when we had the 10-pack plus 3, I sent one of those to my partner in Frisco, Texas, so that we could even make more money off of them. That tax really is killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't even know what I was gonna say, y'all. Sorry, I was over on Facebook. I don't want to confuse anybody, okay? So really quickly, I'm just going to make it very quick because we're running up on an hour. I don't want to take your Saturday. I'm going to screen share, Anthony.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. So can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So I posted this about our meeting the other night. I want to boost that. I want everybody, if you're in close to Jackson, Tennessee, guys, we have them every Thursday. Come on out. Like, we learn from each other. So bring your new brand partners. And I told this in IPA, if you send somebody there and they tell me Barbara sent me here. I'm not going to go sign them up myself. I'm going to send them back to Barbara. Okay. We're all, integrity is key in this company. I think I mean, I trust y'all, y'all trust me. It's just that kind of thing. So somebody said, do you push boost to post? No, you're going to have to pay for it, but Facebook will hit you if you start trying to boost posts on anything that says weight loss, diet, anything like that. So you have to really be creative to get around it. So to keep people from paying for it, and like Misty said, to get their 10 comments in the first 10 minutes, we created the boost group. So you're not going to use boost to post. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to pay for it. You're going to go back to your Facebook page. You're going to hit share. This is where I was talking about earlier. Share. And if you're an iPhone or an Android, I don't have Telegram on here, so I can't see it, but looks like Claudia just shared something to one of the boost groups. But share, more options, Telegram, partner code boost group. Okay. That's how you share it to get boosted. Now we created a team one because sometimes it's dead when we post. So we do share, send in messenger, and then I'm going to send it to the Synergy boost group. That's the team one. So you're just going to, what works for you. So we have 2 boost groups to cover. One, it helps me know if people can comment with the new people, because I hate when they have to share it to the partner code boost group and nobody can comment. I want to make sure I do that ahead of time, check it. But it also gives them a chance to bond with their team. They're seeing who's on their team. So they share to both boost groups. Anyway, so you're going to share it. And then guys, what I was saying earlier, if you ask for help, you have to give help, right? So you're going to go back to the boost group, and I can't do it here on Telegram. So I'm just going to go to this boosting group. It's our old one. Claudia just posted, this is how you boost somebody. Claudia just posted. So I'm going to click her link. I'm going to go there. I'm going to read a little bit. I want to make it valuable. I'm not just going to post yes or awesome. I'm going to make it valuable, because if I make it valuable, then Claudia's going to make it valuable on mine next time. But this is Noah's story. We all know that. So I'm just going to go down here. Apparently I'm going to wow it, because Misty just taught me that wowing the post gets the most. And then my screen share comes up. And then I'm going to comment, and it's Noah's story. So because I'm being quick, I'm just going to say, I love Noah's, sorry, I sounded out in my head. Story. Okay.
It's Noah. Thank you.
Oh, is it? Good. Okay.
Noah. Yeah.
So that's how we boost. We wow, we love it, and we make a comment that has something to do with that. Now, usually I would make a little more valuable comment, but we're in training. So does that make sense? So you're not paying to boost. You're going to share. That was the list I gave you earlier, and Anthony may have posted that in the group. I'm not sure. And then you're going to go back after you've shared and give help. So you're going to go back to the Telegram app. You're going to click it, the partner code boost group, and you're going to click the last 3 to 5. It'll take you straight to Facebook. And you're going to wow it, like it, love it, and make a comment. That's how you boost. And Sarah Weaver, thank you, Sarah. Just put the link to the boost group in Telegram in the chat.
Again,
if any of this confuses y'all, we could do further training another Saturday. I didn't mean to confuse y'all.
It all comes with repetition, you guys. It all comes with repetition. Matter of fact, I'm gonna share it from the iPhone now.
Yes, perfect.
Hey, if you gotta go, thank you for tuning on in.
Yes,
love you guys. But I guess this might be very important to do. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the phone.
Yeah, you guys that are part of my team, I run over an hour sometimes. Don't feel like you have to stay, but we want to make sure we get questions answered. So also when Anthony shares from his iPhone, when you show the globe at the bottom too, Anthony, you're not going to do that for boards. Never mind. It's the same as Android. So exact same.
For example, let's say I already had this post I was about to post anyway. So congratulations, Denise, if you are on here. This is absolutely amazing transformation. But it was already, it's already set in stone. I already just copied. All I did was copy it from somebody else. And then normally I'll put me a couple of hashtags at the bottom. You can put whatever you want. But this is my post since I missed the 9 o'clock. And guess what, you guys? Sometimes you do miss the 9 o'clock post. still go post. Still go post twice a day. Still go post the lifestyle post. If you're going to watch the Super Bowl, post that you're going to a friend's house or family members, your Super Bowl party. Just post, you guys. So for here, I hit next. I do have a page. This is normally where you would be able to schedule it if you could. So I do have one already because I've been having it for a while. And so, but if I hit share, now it's shared to my profile. So now all I do, this is where Dawn was at. This is where Dawn asked her questions. How can she find her post? In the bottom right, it says menu. And then I will click on my profile at the top right there. And if I scroll down, it would show me my post that I just posted. Oh, well, it should. It ain't showing my post. Oh, there it go. Okay, so now this is where it's at. You see the little copy. If I hit the copy right there, copy the link where I can go paste it. But also, if you don't see copy on yours, you can hit share. And then it'll say copy link right there at the bottom. So I just hit copy. And now all I do, everybody, is go over to Telegram.
I'm glad you're showing this way because I was saying share and you copy link. There's more than one way to do it, guys. Whatever's easiest for you. Val just mentioned that in the comments.
So then you come here. This is the boost group. I hit paste. But I know we just said you got to show love to get love. So I'm like, okay, well, I just posted. So let me go. This is Courtney.
Hey, guys, I have a bunch of text messages coming in. Y'all make sure you tell me your name.
So you just boost it. Boom. That's how I mark mine off. I just
Me too.
Quick. So I know I boosted, I know I showed some love. So like, I just did Courtney's. Let me go up here. Let's see. Teresa's here. I'm going to go to Teresa's. And I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, well, hold on. I just learned from Misty, and I'm already messing up. She said, do the wow.
Do the wow.
Wow. We're going to do the wow. And then you just write something. And then you just go to the next person. Go back.
Oh, Anthony, we're going to have to call it.
Okay.
Reese said that we're supposed to have a meeting on this channel.
Okay, well, everybody, we got to.
We'll pick up later. Yeah, we'll pick up later with question and answer. I don't want anybody to, we don't want them to, they've got new people coming in. So I see Mark, I see Kitty. We'll work out a time later, Anthony.
Such
Thank
great
you
value,
so much, you
Thank
guys.
you.
Great,
Everyone have a great
day.
day.
I have a great one.
Guys.